views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
This show's audio was via a Skype call.
The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We are, in the second week of January 2019, and we still have a lot going on, and I have a lot to share with you. There's a lot going on that can feel overwhelming in January with this shift, and you can feel it, and there's just so much. You just feel like you can't keep up with life on a daily basis. But honestly, when I really study this and look into it, and that's what I'm doing, I'm studying a lot of what's going on with these frequencies and energies. I'm tapping in with the angels, asking them, okay, do you have any insight? Not tell us what to do, but to help guide us, because it's time for us to get quite proactive with our lives. And they always show me such a beautiful, positive perspective when we're so used to seeing like, oh no, or we feel overwhelmed, or we have the anxiety because we just feel like we're not sure what we're doing, or we're stepping into unknown territory. Yes, that does feel like it's ramping up. And from what I can tell, it is, but it is not a negative at all. And that's what I want to share with you. I want to share with you how you can really make this an opportune time to soar, to grow leaps and bounds, and to really change your life for that and go in that direction in your life path that you've always wanted for yourself. You always want something, but you feel like you're never within reach of it. These energies will help us. And that's the positive in it. It's just sometimes we can feel a little bit like, no, don't push me. I know, I get that. I feel it sometimes too, but when I've just said, you know what? There's this phrase that's like, feel the fear and do it anyway. It very much applies here. And I started practicing that and go, you know what? I'm going to feel it, and then I'm going to just do it anyway. And I'm so glad that I did every single time. So what I share in the show is the things that I study, that I'm passionate about, the things that I've discovered that are working for me personally, and I share with you. You can take it or leave it, of course. Everybody's different, but it may help you find what you're looking for. It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm saying. I'm finding some interesting new discoveries, though, and spiritual awakening, intuitive gifts are harnessing into a place where they're really ramping up a little bit more. I think I shared this last week, and there was such a beautiful experience I had with a rainfall where I could hear music in the rainfall. And I loved it. And I thought, what's that? It wasn't a ringing. It wasn't anything. I've been hearing different sounds, music where there's no music. And I know that it's just things picking up. It's ramping up where I'm having a easier connection. And I love it. I personally love it because I practice and work on my intuitive connection, and I love helping you do that too. So I wanted to say there is a lot of positive here, even though you may or may not be feeling it at times, and you're thinking, why does it keep doing this? Well, there was a wonderful gentleman way back in the day I believe it was Winston Churchill that said this. When you have a pessimistic attitude, and I may not be quoting this exactly, but a pessimistic attitude is only going to see what's going wrong. And an optimistic attitude or viewpoint, perspective, will see everything that can be the opportunity, potential, the positive in a challenge. And so that's going to be called on within you to tap into. And I don't have that quote right in front of me, but that was the gist of the quote in an interpretation of mine. So it wasn't literal, but yeah, I have to give him credit. I believe it was that was the gentleman that said that a long time ago, years ago. But it makes a lot of sense, because if you have an optimistic attitude, even in the midst of a challenge that feels like, oh my goodness, that's exactly what angels always redirect me to share with you, that they do with me to help encourage me when I need it, because I need it just as much as you do at times. And that's what this is all about. This is all about, no matter what's going on or falling down around me, where's the positive here? What can I tap into and take an opportunity here? The energies in January really ramp up to help us do that. So today, we went and we started that last week, okay? And you'll see in my YouTube channel, there's 2 of them, because we had some technical streaming issues last week. So we had lost like 10 minutes of the show. So you'll see a reloaded version of last week, because that's the backup to the backup we always make that has the whole thing in it for you. So that one would be easier to listen to. I left them both up because the chats and stream from the original, I can't move it over. So you'll see it like that. There's chats on the first original, but the whole thing is on the other reloaded. And we always do that just in case, and things happen. But we're going to talk about the full moon coming up. That's coming up on January 2021. It comes in a little bit late on the 20th. That's why it's rolling over 2021. But this one is a supermoon. And it's also a total lunar eclipse. So what do eclipses do? Eclipses magnify whatever's going on in that energy that's already there. So you've got this going on, and then wham, you got the eclipse coming on. We just had a partial solar. Now we're having a full total lunar on top of the supermoon. And I think it's a blood moon. I think so. But that's just a color. That doesn't mean anything, so that's just a color from the gases and the way all that science stuff. So it's an interesting dynamic that we've had in January. Now, let me remind you, and you still can do this. You can still jump on this if you haven't done it yet. That first solar eclipse, the new moon, was make sure your intentions are what you want and set them for the rest of the year, because the energy will help this happen. You're going to be proactive. You're going to feel a little more nudge. You're going to feel a little more, you know what, I can do this. I can overcome this, and try anyway, not being afraid of failure, not being afraid to make a mistake. And if you do, try something else. Just don't not try. You want to try. You want to just start, because as soon as you start to be proactive in that area of your life that you guys, you want to know if it's going to work out, or if something this, something that, and it doesn't matter what. It could be relationship. It could be job. It could be you're relocating. It could be your business. It could be a project you want to do. It could be something. It could be anything. It doesn't matter what part of life. But you're going to want to be proactive in it, because that's how the universe really supports even more. And you'll hear me say that a lot, because it's so true. I've tested it. I'm kind of one of those spiritual people that then I'm logical, and then I'm analytical, and then I would be like a researcher in science or biology or something if I wasn't doing what I do. If I wasn't any of the spiritual stuff, I know that's what I'd be doing. And I apply every bit of it to these things. It's like, okay, let's just see how that works. I've got this mind that does that. It works every time I apply. And I don't even have to apply that much. I just put a little effort into that direction that I've asked the universe to help me with. And then you see so much unfold. It's happened every single time. So don't think it doesn't. It's a belief. We're going to go through 3 levels of detoxification that this energy in January is bringing to us. What is that? 3 levels of detoxing. Mind, body, and soul. And I'm going to go through those. I'm going to go through the energy of this lunar eclipse coming up. And it's coming up on the 20th. I'm doing this show a little bit early because I won't be here next week live. So I wanted to make sure you had this. For those in the Angel Retreat members, we have a meditation that's going to go up for the lunar eclipse because we like to put the new ones in there. So if you have questions or you want to go into depth in that, you can ask me in the members club. The members, that's over on my website. If you want to know what that is, you can go check that out. I got links in there. But members that come into the show, thank you for your support of the show. And those are the extra exclusive additional things that we put up for those that support the show. So I have live chat open over on YouTube. TTR, Transformation Talk Radio. Our network is live streaming it over on Facebook. If you're over there, they'll help me with those questions. You can call in if you have a question, 1-800-930-2819, and you can put questions in the chat. And you know what? I think we're ready, set, go here in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to take a break here. When we come back, I want to really dive in. I want to put out some information before I start taking some questions or callers. I have some email back. I have a few in the email. We get to as many of questions and answers as we can in a live show. If I can't get to every single one, I try to keep them and I will do them in a future episode. So just know that. If you're in the members retreat, you can ask all the time over there. That's kind of set up that way. I think that's everything. By the way, this is a number 3 year in numerology. And then we have a 3-level detox. And then we have mind, body, soul coming together here. And then we have, what is a number 3? And it's like a numerology life path number, but the year 2019 is a number 3 year. So it carries that dynamic. That doesn't mean that's your personal life path number. That's something for you to work out. And I can't do that right now in this live stream, but that doesn't mean that's your life number for 2019. That's what the 2019 number totals up to. And I will explain that energy because that's basically an overall for the whole year. Last year was an 11-year, remember? This year, now it's bringing it together and making it happen. So with that, I'm going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and really start diving in to this topic because I have a lot to share with you. I'm Dr. Jenn. You're listening to the Jenn Royster Show. We will be right back after the break.
Dream on, fly high, and live adventurously on The Laura Meeks Show. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Laura Meeks guides you in finding your unique gifts and bringing them to life. As a certified life coach, speaker, and veteran bomber pilot for the U.S. Air Force, Laura knows how to follow a dream. She is ready to support you so you can dream on, fly high, and live adventurously. For more information on Laura and her work, visit flyhighliving.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
Are you traveling most of your day? Do you want to take Transformation Talk Radio with you anywhere you go? Well, guess what? There's an app for that. Just go to the App Store on your Apple device or the Google Play Store on your Android and search Transformation Talk Radio. Catch all of our live shows no matter where you are. Thanks for listening.
Are you ready to shift your current beliefs about death? From debilitating pain and loss? Follow Angie Corbett-Kuiper as she shares that through choice, present moment awareness, and keeping an open mind that anything is possible, even in death. Tune in to Beyond Proof Radio with Angie, redefining death and loss, every first and third Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more, visit BeyondProof.com.
Like the branches of a tree, universal knowledge, insight, and wisdom must be weaved together to bring forward to others. If you live in the Western Washington area, you will want to make the trip to Auburn and visit the new Alchemy of the Goddesses Center. Now open and offering healing sessions, classes, crystals, books, oils, and more. Find out more about the center. Visit alchemyofthegoddesses.com. That's alchemyofthegoddesses.com.
Demystifying the journey on From Here to There Radio with your host, Diane Garris. Tune in every third Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com as Diane helps you get from where you are now to the life you envision. Get ready to get unstuck and move forward. Every show features a new special segment, New Age Notes, demystifying hot metaphysical topics of the day. For more information or to work with Diane, visit DianeGarris.com.
Welcome back. Okay, we're going to dive in. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about a level 3 detox, mind, body, soul, the full moon, the total lunar eclipse coming, and how all this energy in January is really an opportunity to set us up for the year. So put your questions in. I'm going to start by telling you some of this stuff here. First of all, a lot's going to rise to the surface for healing. You will feel that if you haven't already, okay? I just want to say, whether it's mind, body, or soul, what is mind? Let's start with that. The mind would be your belief systems, maybe your habits, your analytical side. If you still are trying to do things the same way, and they just keep, exploding, or they're just not working for you the right way, that's time to reevaluate and maybe change direction on that. Maybe it's the same thing you're trying to achieve, but approaching a different way. Belief systems. What do you believe is true for yourself? Do you have the belief in yourself that you can achieve? Different things like that are going to be the mind side of it. A detoxification would be releasing those things. This full moon will be a great opportunity for that. You don't have to wait for a full moon. It's just more enhanced, especially with an eclipse like this. And people that really feel the energies and the shifts, they'll know what I'm talking about. Not everybody does. Not everybody's aware. That's okay. I just want you to know there are opportunities that have a little bit more of a push to help you achieve this. Soul, or let's go mind, body. Let's see, we did mind. Let's go body. Body would be your health care, your physical health. Are you tending to your needs? Are you taking care of yourself? Is there a self-love in place? Do you need to clean up some bad habits on your health, like physical fitness or your diet, things like that? That's going to be on the physical level. Doesn't mean, oh no, what's going to happen to me? It means take responsibility and look at what you're doing or not doing. Okay. What is it that you could do yourself? I mean, everybody's got different things going on, some way bigger challenges than others. But what can you do for your own self-care? And self-care would be also taking time out, de-stressing, having your meditations, different things. That one actually will help mind, body, and soul, the meditation part. That one's huge. Meditation is really coming to the front here, where it's very necessary for us as we're working to ascend and we're going through such change. Reduces stress. Physically, your body really responds to that positively, because stress always just wears the body out. You become more susceptible to illness and things like that. Just stress is just no good. So mentally, it helps flush out those things that are clogging up and keeping you up all night, and you're making all your lists, and then you can't you can't sleep because you can't settle. Okay. Then you have your soul. The soul is the awakening part of you. The soul, your higher self. The soul's purpose in driving everything that's going on here, because you're a soul experiencing a physical world right now. It's not the other way around, like it's an afterthought. Your soul is it, okay? And it wants to ascend. It wants to grow. It wants to be lifted up out of the weight, the heaviness. Some of these things will be more challenging for others. Sometimes it's just hard to let go of certain things, or we want to just keep trying. You have the choice to do whatever you want, but sometimes if you've been trying something over and over and over and it's just not going anywhere, you might want to use this is what I would do if this were me. If I had something that I just kept trying, or I'm just having a hard time, like that, I just keep trying, or I really want it to work out a certain way, I would use this full moon not to be specific on anything, but I would use it to say how I want to release any of the obstacles that hold me back, whether they're mind, body, or soul. Be willing to go there. Be willing with intention to go there, and then see what pops up. Because sometimes what we think we need to keep hanging on to, maybe we don't. And there's really no one that can make those choices for you. You have to make those choices for yourself. And so I wanted to put that out there and let you know that. Now, this eclipse that's coming, it's the second one. So it's the releasing one. And it's going to feel it'll feel a little bit heavier or a little bit more emotionally charged than the solar at the new moon did, because that was like, okay, let's go, gusto, let's do it. This one is the one where all the stuff that's coming up to be dealt with, you'll feel a little bit because you're feeling it. It's showing you what you need to let go of. If it's coming up like that, then it's something to be addressed. And that's why, okay? Because we'll all feel a little bit of this and that, all right? It's an eclipse in Leo. It has that energy. It's going to help you wrap up a huge just cycle of energy that you've been working on for a while, for a couple of years. Think back a couple of years, okay? Think back to 2017. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to deal with. You're like, whoa, that's a lot. This is going to help you wrap that up and be done with it. Like, okay, final stamp. Okay, closed. We're done. You just have to go boom. Okay, that's what it is. So here we go. Now, it's also going to encourage you to honor everything you've learned since then. What have you learned? What have you discovered about yourself? What have you discovered about a situation, an experience, where, anything you're connected to? Has your viewpoint changed? Have you become more aware and you see it differently? It's going to do that as well. And it's going to encourage the detoxifying of the mind, body, soul. Okay, that's the number 3 that I keep relating to, and it's a leveling up like I've never seen. So that right there is like, whoa, okay? So that's kind of the gist of it. Let me go over to a couple of things that are going over, and let me say hello to everyone in YouTube chat. Hello, we have Candace, David, Barbara, Marilyn, Chris, Jules, and Maddie. Wow, we got a few. And David was asking, let it go or keep working on it. I think I might have just answered that. Did you hear that? I'm thinking, because if it's just going roundy and nothing's moving, it feels like the dead wood that you need to get rid of, kind of a thing. That's kind of a weird way to say it, but it's like, yeah, it's just, if it's feeling stagnant, you need a fresh spring of water there to flow through. That's what I'm feeling. And I think you are too. Let me know what you think about that. But I think this might be a moving on thing. I don't even know what the question is about. I just feel that behind it. Don't need to know. That's the energy I'm feeling, David. And Maddie's saying good morning. Would appreciate if everyone could pray that my presentation goes well today and that I'm able to recognize and follow my guidance beyond that. Ooh, you're going to be fantastic, man. I'm so proud of you. Yay. You're going to do fine. I know she will do fine because she thinks of it and then she goes back and then she looks at it again, and then she rechecks it twice and 3 times and 4 times. So she's got the energy to do the best ever. She's just got to finally say, okay, go, and open the gate. And she's going to do that. So I'm really proud of you, Maddie, and I'm definitely sending that to you. Looks like David is also too. He's keeping it positive for you. That's awesome. Candace is as well. Awesome, awesome. And oh yeah, you're right in the pocket. They're all supporting you, and we're excited. We can't wait to hear how it goes for you. So I have 3 emails. Okay, I want to start with one of them. This one came from last week, and I have not heard back on this, and we did reach out because we wanted to find out. But we want to send a little bit of love, and I'm asking everyone listening to help me do that, because I like that when we can work together with that. And anything like that, if there's a request or you want some energy or some love sent to you, let us know, because we can all do it together, just like they're doing right there in the YouTube chat. And this is a pretty regular group that comes in there, and they're very supportive, very uplifting, and very positive, and I appreciate them. But this one comes from Rita. She's saying, hi, Jen. Thank you so much for your amazing show. Keep in mind, this did come in last week. So this is after the fact on that, but I do want to address it. I love your heart and also love how you tell it like it is. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Feels like it's the truth for me to say those things. This question is regarding my 10-year-old Bishop Shih Tzu doggy. 4 days ago, he woke up completely blind. Oh, he has not been diagnosed with anything and has a vet appointment tomorrow. So he would have had that appointment by now, but I haven't heard an update, so I'm not sure how this went. Could you ask the angels if they have any answers as to why this happened? What could be the underlying cause? He is an amazing dog, and I would love to help him regain his sight if at all possible. I am invoking the angels for their assistance and guidance. Blessing to you and Happy New Year. Well, he's 10 years old, right? Okay. That's actually not that old for a very small dog. They can live like 18, 19 years, pretty long, even longer, I've heard. I've heard of even large dogs living up to 15, 17 years now. Honestly, what I felt was such compassion in my heart for her. And I know I definitely felt that she needed a vet visit with that, because that's something that needs to be dealt with and looked after. Also, I'm looking at it. I kept feeling something with veins around the eyes. And so the vet will find that out. I'm not medical with that, but I feel like something's going to open up and there'll be some options. And honestly, the best thing to do in this situation is to send so much love. I want to send it to Rita and to her dog, Bishop, because that's kind of scary. And I'll be honest, I know what that feels like. I've had a concussion where I was completely blind, like when I was 5. I was little too, like 5 years old, and it was really scary. And you could feel it, and you knew it, and you just don't know at the time. It could be that something is going on, that he just needs some adjusting with his body. So I just want to send a lot of love to her. There isn't an answer that I had completely for her, but I wanted to acknowledge her and give compassion. And I'm asking everyone to send some love to Rita and her dog, because she's trying to figure out what's going on there. Okay. Another question that has come up is from Marilyn. And it looks like Marilyn is over with us in the chat this morning. Good morning there to you. Marilyn is asking, hi, Dr. Jenn. How are you doing? I'm doing fantabulous. Thank you very much. And well, let me start by consulting and telling you, lately I am having trouble getting rid of pain in my shoulder. Can I get some advice, please? Thank you. I will tune in. More blessings, always, Lynn. Okay. Shoulders energetically is the burdens that we carry, the weight on our shoulders. You've been waking up and picking up on energy anyway, and I will feel it too. Actually, I've had intensity there as well in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I am constantly trying to get it off. And I thought, why would I feel that more? What's happening is it's like the volume is turned up where it's easier to pick up the energies. Tension, if you're not doing anything to release and balance the tension that you absorb during the day, if you're at a desk job, at the computers, or if there's just a lot happening in your life, it will carry here. It's like the burdens that we believe that we carry or the burdens that we carry. That's what the shoulders represent. And I was feeling them a lot too. And I thought, why am I feeling so much? So I realized right off the bat, and I'm sharing this with you, Marilyn, I think it will help you because you have been picking up quite a bit intuitively, and that's waking up. It's really moving fast right now, so you're picking it up even more, and it's shining light. This is an opportunity to see what you can let go of or maybe approach differently if it is your responsibility and your burden to carry, because we all have some that we carry, but it sounds like it's either a different approach or some things to let go of, but it's highlighting your body's being an antenna, letting you know, hey, energetically, you're carrying an awful lot here and it's imbalanced. It's too much. So there needs to be a balance of how you're releasing it off. There needs to be a balance of, do I really need to carry this, or is this somebody else's? Am I trying to carry somebody else's? That's the first thing I would do, and say, look at that first, because any part of the body that starts to scream at you like that is trying to tell you something. Physically, we have things going on, yes, and those are sometimes a medical thing. I'm not saying that's not, but if it's tension and stress and it's just this ache or not, what is it that is overloaded there, because that's causing the imbalance? Energy work can always support whatever's going on a physical level anyway. It always will. It's not going to interfere. Doesn't conflict with, anything that happens on a medical level. It can help the body go into its self-healing mode. So look at that, because it looks like you have to address what is yours and what is not. That's what I'm feeling on that one. Okay. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Let me keep going. I have one more email. Let me go ahead and do it. This one is from Karen, and Karen's saying, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. She says, I've been on a spiritual walk on my own for a while. I left a toxic marriage, toxic family, all of it for me. Wow. Big transformation for you. Wow. Kudos for you for recognizing what was a better path for you. I'm proud of you. And it's hard to do that sometimes, so I feel for you. But I don't feel sorry for you. I'm proud of you. You took courage to do that. Okay, putting life back together. It's been a wonderful journey. I'm curious to know of any angelic activity around me, support. I see friends pop into my life, then fade out fast. I'm pretty cool about it. Better things are coming in. I know that. Just wondering what you see. Love you. Love your show. Thanks for all the help and guidance you provide. Wow. Wow. Okay. First of all, you'll see some calibration going on, because it looked like you had a major life shift all at once, like a lot. And there's a lot of us that can relate to that, I'm sure, that listen to this show, because, that's the way it is. But with the friends popping in and out, actually anybody popping in and out, it's practicing and aligning with where your frequency is now, because what I'm picking up, which is so beautiful, and you have a lot of support. You have plenty of support. I feel spirit guides around you. I feel people that you love that have passed over around you. I feel angels around you. Your guardian angel is really showing bright right now. And Michael, oversees the guardian angels. So Michael, there's a lot of protective cocooning that I feel around you that will help support you while you're adjusting to something so brand new. You've been adjusting for a while. You said that. You've been on the walk. You've made some big changes. The people coming in and out of life, that is honestly very normal after you go through spiritual awakening, because what was before may or may not align anymore. Because as you shift a frequency to another one, that's what we draw in. So whatever you're resonating in that moment is what you will draw to yourself. So you may feel like it's spiking up and down, like, if you looked at a chart of energy, it's spiking up and down, which means, oh, well, that was working and then it was gone because you probably shifted out of the frequency again. Here's another one that Michael is saying right now, because the angels have come in for this show. And Michael, because Michael seems so strong around you with your guardian angel, he's saying that you're going in and out of the different dimensional frequencies. Oh, how cool. That I realized, wow, when I started doing that, oh my gosh, you just feel like you've just left one world and went to another, and then you're back. And the thing is, the third dimension or the current world is still going about its hustle bustle and all its anxiety and all its stuff, and you'll be out of it. And then you'll be over here, and then you'll be over here. The fading in and out, I think you're gonna feel the back and forth a little bit, and that's very normal when we're shifting big like that. I'm wondering if anybody else listening to the show has felt that. Can you feel? It's like, wow, you got friends, or you got people in your life. Let's just say it that way. Yeah, whatever it is, and then all of a sudden, it's completely different. It's almost like I was experiencing this. I felt completely invisible. There was days I was having an amazing day. I knew I was in the fifth. I knew I was in this incredible space. You go grocery shopping, and if you're not careful, somebody's going to run you right over. It's like they can't even see you. It's like you're not even there. And a couple of times I was a little freaked out with that. I'm not a very tall, big person. I mean, I'm only 5 foot tall, guys. That's it. I know I look so much taller but no, I'm not very big. And I usually have to make sure people don't step all over me. And I thought, oh my goodness, they really can't see me. They couldn't hear me saying hello to them. They couldn't hear me acknowledging them. And then eventually they would. And I realized I was going in and out of the frequencies. So that one is a little bit weird because it's so brand new to all of us. All the timelines and the dimensions exist together at the same time. You can feel like you have 1 foot in one and 1 foot in the other world. You can feel like you're going back and forth, and you will feel it. If you've been going more higher frequency, like fifth dimension living, and then all of a sudden you drop into the third, you're going to feel it like a brick. It'll feel heavy. And you're like, oh, yeah, this used to be something I really liked, and now not so much. You might even find you go and places that you used to frequent, things that you used to do that you loved, and then you hadn't been in a while, and then you went through your awakening and you've changed a lot, and then you try to go back. Oh, let's go back to that place we love. And you'll go there and you just don't feel it anymore. That's why. It's the frequency shifting. And there's nothing to be sad about. There's nothing to be negative about. And I'm not even hearing that from her or for anybody that can relate to this. It's adjusting to how new and different it is. And the more you become aware, like, oh, okay, I'm just experiencing different levels of existence, different realities, different perspectives. Because if you think about it, a third dimension has such a different perspective on life. It's really very pessimistic and fear-oriented. And then when you're moving up into fifth, and then people that want to stay in third, they're not going to they might get upset with you. They're not going to understand your 5D mindset anymore because what do you mean? Why can't you blah, blah, blah? Because you're saying no when you need to say no. You're being honest. You're being truthful. You're being respectful of what's right for you. And some may or may not be okay with that. So you'll see that falling back and forth, off the chart, on the chart, all that good stuff. So, yeah, it looks like a couple of people are relating to that over in the chat. Yeah, lots of people are experiencing the leaving part. Well, and that makes sense why we're all connecting into this kind of show. If you're listening to a show like this, whether it's this one or another one, or, we all have something in common. We're all becoming a new connected family, if you think about it. Because I'm seeing people writing how they're feeling that. Yeah, they're connecting to this. Absolutely. And the thing is, if I had to choose, well, should I have done all this spiritual awakening or not? I would choose it again because I've never been better as far as mind, body, soul, and it keeps getting better when I apply to that. My body lets me know, like Marilyn was bringing up, that was great she brought that question up because, I even feel that. If I've all of a sudden got something physically going on, I know that I need to stop the presses. I need to go, hey, my body's screaming at me because I missed something along the way. It's an antenna. It's a notification system. You know all them notification things in your apps on your phone that you're like, oh, I need to go turn that off. Or, there's just a notification for everything these days. Well, you do have one, your body, and it will let you know if you're off track. When you start to realize that and you go that way, it makes so much more sense. This is all part of the detoxification we're talking about. This is all part of the changing the beliefs of ourselves, the habits, the whole thing. This is a complete overhaul of everything that you are, mind, body, and soul. And this lunar eclipse, this full moon is really going to bring it. A couple of other things that I want to say. Okay. Oh, I did bring it here. Here's the Winston Churchill quote that I was trying to recall. I actually found it again. Here it is. This is it. A pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Okay. You see? That's a good one. And that's from a guy from way back. But I'm going to tell you what, that was a very good quote and it applies today. Now, let me go back into some of the eclipse because the angels had some things on this and some tips that we want to get into. All right, we told you that it was a Leo. I told you that it was going to be on the 20th, 21st with the full moon, super moon. Total lunar eclipse, okay, magnifies it, okay? Now, it will encourage you to honor yourself. Remember, it's going to ask you, it's going to make you accountable for what have you done to make your life better? I know. What have you done? It's like, what have you done for yourself lately, right? And yeah, but it is because it's going to help you clear it out. Now, one of the things that it's also bringing up is it could cause, and I'm bringing this part up because I want to make you aware of it so you won't let this trip you up. Because the energy brings it in kind of intensely, like you're going to feel some things. You may feel some things like, oh, man, I thought I dealt with that. Like, oh, that was kind of like, I don't want to think about that. You might go to bed one night and then all of a sudden you're laying there and you got to get up because it starts just getting dark thoughts, I know. I want you to understand this is you might feel a mood swing. You might feel anxiety for no reason. It's because it's bringing a lot of dark, heavy energy up so you can get rid of it. Okay, it's going to be really good for you to go into a space of observation. Like if you were watching this happening to somebody else, one of the things I was sharing with someone, I love this, and I've done this before, is if you can't find a way to detach from something you're experiencing, like if you feel it just going all over the place, changing from 1 minute to the next around this, you want to take time, you want to stop, and you want to go, you know what? I'm going to meditate. I'm going to release this because these are those things that we were discussing. These are those things she gave us heads up about that could happen. These are the things that I do want to let go. I don't want this holding me back. Going into a place where you see yourself on the outside of you, like you might want to say you see a doppelganger and you're over here and you see your doppelganger experiencing all those things that you don't want anymore. So now you're over here. It'll help you detach from it. And then you go, yeah, that's not what I want. And then you're going to put the focus on, and you may not feel it at first, but you're going to put the focus on, I'm not choosing that anymore. That's over there. That's what was. That's coming up to go away. And then you bring the angels in. And Michael is the best for this. Michael, Archangel Michael, your guardian angels, they want to help you get rid of this stuff, okay? They definitely do. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. They're going to support you in it. So you're not alone in it. But you're going to be the one that releases it. It's not like the angels come in and just swoop in and do it. And you're like, oh, it's not like that here. It's, you're going to go, you know what? I'm getting rid of that. Because you know why they want to encourage you to do it? You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to strengthen your own personal respect for yourself doing that. You're going to honor yourself by going, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. That's going away. I'm going to go over here and focus on some things that make me feel better. I'm going to surround myself with things, people, activities that lift me, make me feel better, that bring joy to my heart. I'm going to start working on those projects I always put aside because, I feel like I got to because of something else in my life that gets in the way. No, this is a number 3 year is take care on all 3 levels. Take care on all 3 levels. So when all that pops up, don't freak out. Don't freak out. No, I want you to know that. That's why we're doing this. I want you to know all that uncertainty, all that anxiety is an experience. It's the reality that you're feeling in that moment. Put it over there on the doppelganger and then go, you know what? I'm going to go over here and choose this one where they're not like getting all freaked out and they're going, hey, something new to try. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to go for it. Yeah, that I know. Change is hard. I know. But then you feel really good when you finally take a step in that direction. And this is going to help you do it, okay? All of these things. Because, if you feel the weight of these things that have just been under the surface, kind of controlling or being the obstacle in your way, and you just going day in and day out, and you just feel like you're in that space, when this shines it like this and shows it for what it is, you're going to go, oh, I don't want that in my life anymore. Oh, that's what it's going to do. That's a good thing. That's how this is positive for you. That's what I want you to know. Whoa, I know. So you're going to want to take time to honor and respect and release that. If you find that the dreams are off the chart, make a little note on them. Don't be freaking out if you find that your intuitive skills start to become enhanced, because usually they wake up and they're a little bit easier to connect to on things like that. Don't second guess what you're picking up. If you're not sure, write it down, keep a note, go about your day, ask for some clarity. This is where the angels come in on that, because they said it will be picking up to where if you've been working on connecting with your intuition, or you are already intuitive, if you're empathic, you'll feel that more enhanced. Okay? Empaths, don't freak out about what I just said. I'm empathic too. I get that. You want to just take your deep breath and know that you're feeling a frequency. You're feeling a frequency. Okay? You're feeling a reality that you're experiencing. And just like any emotion, okay, no, I don't want you to help me. My iPad just decided to ask me if it wanted something. No, stop. No, stop. Oh, gosh, that was hilarious. I don't know. I just must have said something that woke Siri up. Okay. Anyway, that's hilarious. That's funny, Siri. Stop it. And I don't have that one connected to the internet. Yeah. Okay. I think somebody's having some humor with me, because I have had some weird stuff happen with, you name it, it's happened. I've heard the song in the rain. I've had messages popping up like you wouldn't believe in very unusual places and very interesting ways. I've lost something and found it later because I was shifting dimensions. Does any of this relate to you? Do you feel like that's happening to you? I know. I know. So, unpredictable energy. Here's the other thing that I want to point out. I know I'm kind of skipping. And, I guess I do need to take a break in a minute. We're just going to keep going and then close the show. I didn't realize it was so late. Wow. Okay. Here's the other thing. The unpredictable energy, the unexpected. It's like expect the unexpected to happen. Okay. Yeah. And if it's already been happening, go, oh, yeah, okay. That doesn't mean stop planning. It's helping you to practice flexibility to work with the universe in divine timing. I want to remind everybody of that. You'll probably feel some unexpected things or some surprises. Don't be afraid of that. Just know, okay, all right. It may or may not happen. It just depends on, where you are. But some of that happens to put us back on track. Here we are asking, think about it. Here we are asking for assistance with the angels. The angels will go, okay, we're working on that. And then there's this alignment, and then you're aligning, and the alignment has to come together and meet in the middle. And if you go, okay, I've asked them, and then you forgot, and you go over here, and it's like, wait, that's never going to align with what we set up. This is just an analogy of what I'm trying to explain. Something's going to, get you back. Oh, wait, I just ended up over here. It's like, it's not a negative. Sometimes there are challenges that do that. Sometimes it's just a redirection. Sometimes it's just a delay in traffic. Sometimes it could just be anything. You plan it, and it might have a slight curve. It might have a bit of a difference. This energy will test the patience because we are practicing flexibility to align with universal divine timing. Yep. Higher frequency doesn't worry or stress about all that stuff. It doesn't do anything but make sure it all goes into the alignment. And if you're out of alignment with it, that's when it feels bumpy. So that's a bit of a clue right there. Whenever it starts to feel bumpy, just go, wait, where am I? Where do I need to just calm down and just be more flexible and ask for a different avenue here? That would be the first thing I would do. Go, okay, angels, what's the redirection that I should do? And it's just slowing down to listen to that, not try to push and bulldoze through with the same approach, and it just keeps getting bumpier and bumpier and bumpier, right? Think about that. That one's going to be a big deal, and you'll feel it, okay? Just expect that you'll feel it, and then know you got a heads up here, and you're going to go in this with intention to, you know what, I'm going to respond differently this time. I'm not going to react the way I always did. Use the 10-second rule. 10-second rule is wait 10 seconds before responding to anything that kind of flares you. It gives you opportunity to pull back and go, wait, this is what I used to do, but I'm going to change that. Okay? Now, let me check in with you guys really quick here on the... I'm still laughing. I can't believe she did that to me. I know. That was funny. Okay, you know what? Maybe it was to say, hey, lighten up. We're good to hear. We're good to go here. Everybody send in love. Oh, you're welcome, David. Sending loving energy, keeping it a two-way street. Perfect. You guys are laughing. That's awesome. I love you guys. It's been a great group out there. You guys are such great energy, and you lift me. Okay. Let me double check my notes, make sure I haven't forgot anything here. Oh, Raphael, Archangel, thank you. Archangel Raphael wanted to leave a message with you as well, because we're doing mind, body, soul detoxing here. Mind, beliefs, we're changing. We're working with flexibility here. We're working to keep being proactive and achieve, yet pull back and change directions as needed. Okay. It reminds me of like when, you're going through a maze and you go, oh, this one didn't work. Turn around, find another route. It's like, you don't really feel like you failed the game. You just go, oh, that route doesn't go all the way through. I got to come back and try to find another route in a maze. That's really what this is saying. There's no reason to panic. Remember, you're meditating and breathing slowly. If you start to feel anxiety, look at your diet. But Archangel Raphael is very, very good at helping to give you the nudge. Like if you feel like I need to make some improvements in my health or my mindset or my moods or my emotions, he's very good at gentle nudging and suggestions but then you have to pick up and say, all right, I'll try that. That's the biggest thing from Raphael. Michael's like, you got this. Here comes he's like the personal trainer or the cheerleader in the corner. He always has that energy, like, you got this, let's go. And he gets me all wound up when he's around. And you'll see that a lot in the show because Michael comes through daily for me anyway. And he just brings me a lot of energy. So I love it. But guys, know that this is actually a very opportune time to really, you've set your intentions. You're going to get rid of all of this old stuff in the way. You're going to clear it up. You're not going to be afraid of what comes up, because what comes up in the next couple of weeks for you individually, and don't be afraid of that, is to help you through the rest of the year, move in the direction that you want. So it could feel a little bit like, oh, I didn't know. You'll feel that. Just acknowledge it and let it go. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the show today. I'm about out of time. I appreciate each and every one of you. We will be back in 2 weeks, for a live show. I know, got a lot going on. We are super busy on this end, developing a lot of things, but we will be back in 2 weeks. I know that you guys will do well with this. If for any reason you have questions, you can always go over, send them over. This show will be posted in the blog. You can comment right on my blog and my website. Website is the best way to contact me, guys, or to reach out to my team. That's how we're answering and responding, and we get it quicker. So I wanted to let you guys know that. I love you all very much. Thank you for tuning in, supporting the show, and we will see you here next time on the Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Remember to tune in each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www.JennRoyster.com and TransformationTalkRadio.com.